Hey guys, it's Ryu, and welcome to episode 2, possibly the last episode, of My Week in Review. So, those that follow me on Twitter or were reading the forums saw that I was on a business trip last week to San Diego. Beautiful city, cool architecture, amazing weather. I had some of the most world-class, like A+ level tacos, which you know what? I'm gonna pull it up before I forget. Get some let's get some tacos. Just amazing time that I had out there. Here it is, boys. These tacos, top notch. Not relevant for North American CS:GO, but relevant if you're ever in San Diego. Oscar's Mexican Seafood at Pacific Beach, absolutely on point. So last week I did a week in review that started on a Friday. Saturday and Sunday was this HTC event. Cloud9 ended up winning that event over Team Liquid in the finals with a 2-0, 16-14 on Cash, and then I think a 16-4 or 16-5 on Dust 2. CLG and Affinity tied for third and fourth. The top four teams, so again, Cloud9, Liquid, CLG, Affinity, top four teams get paid money. So Cloud9 took home $5,000. Everybody else got a little piece of that prize pot. That's what happened immediately after my week in review from last week. And like I said, I was out on business travel. So this week in review, there's some things I may miss. And if I do miss them, please post, let me know, because this is as much for my benefit and catching up to what I missed as much as it is for the entertainment of those that are watching right now. In CEVO this week, they posted the updated point standings. I have no idea, no freaking clue how the point system works. My team, which was picked up by Enemy Esports, we have a point. I don't know what I can do with it. I think I missed registration for the third. Where is it? Yep, Friday the 12th. So I'm about 13 and a half hours late for that. But I did want to call out that I think it's pretty cool. Even third place is getting 144 hertz BenQ monitors. Affinity did tweet something out the other day where I think they said if they place in the top 3 in this next round that they automatically qualify because they have the most points. Again, not sure how the point system works. I didn't spend the time to find that information. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. But right now, Affinity, Liquid, Cloud9, Xpra, LG, Elevate is kind of your top 6. So long as I think they register and they play, I would imagine we're going to see kind of the Affinity, Liquid, Cloud9, LG is probably the top 4. And then they qualify. First place is going to be attending the iBuyPower Invitational. This overlaps the LAN event, which I'm going to get to a little bit later. So I wanted to give you a quick update there. CEVO also announced that they're doing the ESWC Canadian online qualifier. I don't know what the restrictions are for players on the roster, if you're allowed to have like 4 Canadians and 1 American, or 2 Canadians, 3 Americans. I'm not sure how that breaks down. But if you are a Canadian player or on a Canadian team and you haven't participated so far, you have to the 21st to register. Would highly encourage that you do, especially because this event's taking place in your neck of the woods. Standings in CEVO. I didn't cover this last week, so I want to make sure I did this week. The Pro Division for CEVO this season plays best of 2s, which means they play 2 maps each time they play a team. So like LG will play Cloud9 and it's on 2 different maps. And if you win both maps, you get 2 points. If you split with the other team 1-1, you each get 1 point. If you get 0-2, you win no maps, you get 0 points. And the points are what's determining the standings. So as we look here in North America, we see Luminosity is number 1 at 18 points, 12-6. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. The games played is 12, wins are 6. So they're at 18 points. Cloud9 is at 16 points. CLG 14, Tempo Storm 12th to round out the top 4. I don't know if this is a top 4 or top 8 for the LAN, because I don't know how big the European CEVO scene is presently. But Tempo Storm is 4th, Affinity 5th, Liquid 6th, Nylum 7th, and Method is 8th. So that's the top 8 right now, if it is 8. There's not a lot of points separating a lot of these teams. Like you'll see, 8th through 4th is only 4 points. So that would be 4 wins, basically 2 matches if you won both maps. It is good to see. I do like seeing Tempo Storm, Affinity, and Method in the running, because I like to see a little bit of new teams kind of come out into the scene and have a chance to compete against other top teams, especially at LAN events. So pretty excited. Hopefully those teams finish the season really strong. I actually had this for a little bit later, but I'm going to pull it up now. Is that this week Method posted that they're looking for a CSGO coach or analyst. And I thought this was interesting. We'll close that. Because the way that they're posting it, if you look at it here, it's like, here's your responsibilities, here's your requirements. And as esports continues to grow, I think it's going to be so much bigger than anyone's even realizing right now. I feel like it already is, but it's continue to grow as we kind of go through this phase of what I call professionalification, meaning it's becoming more professional and more business-like, more kind of the standard corporate world. I thought it was fascinating that a lot of these types of positions are posted like a job on a job board. Like, like fill out your resume, hit the application button. Here's the responsibilities, the requirements, etc. So that was really cool. If you are somebody that's looking to coach a team and you feel like you've got a great knowledge for the game and you do some very good, kind of deep analysis and you can help a team at the pro level, go ahead and apply. The Method guys are really cool. Fun team to play against. Pretty good teamwork, individual players, and I'm sure a good coach can kind of unleash a lot of the potential that these guys have. So good luck to the Method guys in finding that coach. Something else. This I don't know why I started laughing there. That's kind of inappropriate. This was something that I thought was fascinating. Adren was playing in a match where one of his teammates got DDoSed. I guess this occurred. I don't remember who it occurred. It's not relevant. So they're playing in a match. One of his teammates gets DDoS. They pause. I guess the player rejoins, gets DDoSed again, and they were warned that they're not allowed to pause anymore. In ESEA, you're only allowed one pause per half for a maximum of 5 minutes. And ESEA has been this is the line in the sand for DDoS issues. Like they're like, protect yourself. It's your fault. And they put it back on the individual player and obviously the team. And I guess they had warned Team Liquid that they're out of pauses. They're not allowed to pause anymore. And Adren paused it again. I met Adren at my LAN a couple years back. Super cool guy, well spoken. Seems like just a genuinely good person. I don't think he did it to kind of like poke the eye of the ESEA admin. I think he did it because I guess maybe it was Elevate. Whoever they were playing agreed and said, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and pause it. It's not a problem. And so he did. After ESEA said, don't pause it. So he got a 2-day invite or pro league conduct policy violation ban. So people got kind of pissed about this. I laughed it off. I don't know how Adren feels. Maybe laughing is inappropriate, but it's something that I wanted to call out for a couple reasons. A, because it was newsworthy, and B, don't think that because you've secured your Skype connection that people can't get your IP address. And I won't dive super deep into this. For those that know me well, you know that my outside the game career is in technology. But I will tell you, if I were to give you real quick warnings, stop joining other people's Mumble servers and be very cautious about the 10-man servers that you're playing in if they're off client. So please keep that in mind and be safe out there, because it's starting to become a big problem again in the scene, and it's starting to impact matches, and we're seeing leagues be less and less tolerant of it. Another news item, Cloud9 received an invitation to ESWC in Montreal, July 9th through the 12th. They were playing in the finals for the online qualifier. Freakazoid, as I was just talking about DDoS, Freakazoid in that final was getting hammered by DDoS, and the basement dwellers of the CSGO world were able to take him offline. It obviously had an impact on Cloud9's performance in the finals. All that ends up being moot, as now ESWC has provided them with an invite. So congratulations to Cloud9. Looking forward to seeing you guys compete out there, and hopefully you guys do well. League standings for NA CSGO in the ESEA ESL Pro League. Cloud9 and K-Star still fairly ahead of the pack with a couple extra wins. I think those guys are probably going to stay in that order, 1 and 2. They might flip. K-Stars might be 1, Cloud9 might be 2, but they seem to have those positions locked up. For me, the real interest is in positions 3 and 4. Top 4 make the LAN event. And Luminosity and Nylum are in 3rd and 4th respectively right now. But CLG and Elevator hot on their heels with only 1 or 2 losses less. I think we're going to see a lot of competition for that 3, 4, and 5 spot. And I think that maybe an Ace Gaming on the back of some wall hacking by Vez or Mousebaz or Method, they can play spoiler. So they only have 2 wins each. But if they can take out one of those teams in the last 5 matches, they can play spoiler. And the other thing is Liquid, after they had lost a match, tweeted out that they could no longer make the LAN event But one thing that I don't know if people remember that I wanted to call out on this in this recap is that ESEA and ESL are paying out cash based on your regular season finish. So just because Liquid's in 7th right now doesn't mean they should throw the towel in. If they get to 6th, that could be a big difference in the money that they get paid, as well as playing spoiler and maybe ruining a team that they compete with, holding those guys down so that maybe next season they could build that rivalry. And you generally want to win anytime you're playing if you're super competitive. But if you can do that and upset a competitor and maybe bring them down so a different team makes it, it's kind of that much more entertaining to play that spoiler role. So keep that in mind if you're Tempo Storm, Affinity, hell, even if you're Method Mouse, Baz, or Ace Gaming. If you get an extra couple wins, the place that you finish in the regular season could have a dollar value. Fragadelphia is taking place next week, 19th, 20th, and 21st. That's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Philadelphia. I won't go super in detail, but if you have any questions, hit Sasquatch on the forums or post in the thread. They have some restrictions in terms of transferring your files and your config and stuff. They don't want people compromising the tournament computers or cheating, etc. So if you have questions, go ahead and post in that thread there. I think that might have been it. What did I just closed an HLTV window for the method coach thing. Which I already covered that because I moved that over earlier. Again, here's a great look at the tacos. I wanted to give a big shout out and thank you to a couple people out in San Diego. GameSync or Gaming Sync LAN Center, small LAN center in San Diego. They have the ESEA and CEVO clients installed on their computers now. I had to actually play a match last week, and so I was reaching out with them before I got there. They got it all set up. They were easy to work with. I was able to play my match from the LAN center, get a win, and just wanted to call that out and say thanks to those guys. Somebody else I wanted to give a big thank you to is Loop, L-O-O-P, on the ESEA forums. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you saw I was broadcasting. I even made a couple threads just looking to meet up with some gamers and CSGO players in the San Diego area since I was out there for the week. And Loop's parents own a pizzeria called the Brooklyn Pizzeria in San Diego. And so he said, yeah, you guys can meet here. I'll hook you guys up with some free pizza. He came out. We spent a couple hours there talking games and CSGO and what I thought of this team and that team and got some really good free pizza out of it. So big thank you to Loop and to his family for hosting us out there, and had a great time in San Diego. Don't know when I'll be back. I didn't get a chance to catch up with you, Jordans, but I did tweet you about this because if you like these tacos, I know you're a burrito guy, but these tacos were just top notch. So I mentioned at the start, if there's anything I missed in this week in review, please post it because again, I was a little bit less in touch with the scene as I normally am. So this is as much for me catching up as it is for your entertainment value. So thanks again. I really appreciate all you guys watching, all the feedback, good, bad, and different. The other thing I guess I should probably call out is we have a slightly new look on the site. We did post some power rankings. We're going to continue to do that. We have the Premier and we have main, and I linked to Premier. I have some catching up to do now that I'm back. But if you like the new format of the site and you like the power rankings and stuff, please visit the site. We're going to try to keep doing these types of things and making some content, see how far it goes. If you're interested in writing or doing graphics design, that kind of thing, hit me up. And I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you next time.